The first time Anita stepped into Lagos, she had one goal: to become somebody. She had left Benin City with high hopes, moving in with her childhood friends, Sandra and Kemi, in their Lekki apartment. But it didn't take long for her to realize she was nothing compared to them. Sandra and Kemi were effortlessly beautiful, light skinned with curves that made men turn their heads. They were socialites, always attending the biggest parties, wearing designers' clothes, and flaunting luxury bags. Men, single and married, fought for their attention, sending them money, cars, and trips to Dubai. Anita, she was the shadow in their circle. She wasn't ugly, but she wasn't as striking as her friends. She had dark skin, a round face, and a body that lacked curves. In the club, men would push past her to get to Sandra and Kemi. When they took group pictures, she was the one people barely noticed. One night, after returning from a club, Anita sat in their apartment watching Sandra unbox a new bag. Another one, Anita asked. Sandra laughed. A gift from Chief Benson. He said I looked too beautiful to carry cheap bags. Anita forced a smile. That's nice. Kemi, who was fixing her wig in front of the mirror, turned to her. Anita, you need to step up. Look at us. We date rich men who take care of us. You are wasting time with these small boys. Anita bit her lip. I just haven't met the right one yet, she said. Or maybe the right one hasn't noticed you, Sandra teased. You are not striking enough, she said. That night, Anita lay awake, staring at the ceiling. She had had enough. If beauty was the currency of Lagos, then she was going to buy herself some. Anita found a surgeon who specialized in facial reconstruction. He assured her that after the procedure, she would be unrecognizable. With the money she had saved and some she collected from married men, she went under the knife. 2 months later, when she removed the bandages, she gasped. Her new face was stunning, her nose was slimmer, her cheekbones more defined, her lips fuller. When she stepped out, the attention she has craved all her life finally came. Men started noticing her, complimenting her, and throwing money at her. But when she returned home, Sandra and Kemi barely reacted. You look different, Sandra said. But beauty is not just about the face, dear. You need the body to match. Anita clenched her fist. She wanted to scream. No matter what she did, they still looked at her like she was beneath them. Determined to outshine them, Anita booked another surgery, this time for her breast. After healing, she proudly flaunted her new figure on Instagram and followers flooded in. But it still wasn't enough. Then Sandra got married to a billionaire. The wedding was a grand event, covered by every blog. She wore a diamond studded gown, and the guests were top politicians and celebrities. Anita burned with envy. I need a bigger butt. I need to outshine these girls, she said to herself. And then, a week later, she went to see her doctor and said, I need a bigger butt. And he frowned. Anita, your body is still healing. You need to give yourself time, he replied. I don't have time, she snapped. Book the surgery. After the procedure, she became the ultimate fantasy. Men, young, old, rich, and poor, desired her. She started getting invitations to exclusive parties, gifts from strangers, and offers from brands. She became an Instagram influencer, promoting beauty products and luxury brands. Her old friends, she barely spoke to Sandra and Kemi anymore. One day, a waist trainer company approached her. "We want you as our brand ambassador," the manager, Mr. Collins, said. "Your body is perfect. If you tell people our waist trainer gave you the right figure, sales will skyrocket." They wanted to paint the perfect picture to the public that their waist trainer can give a slimmer waist. But when Anita tried it on and saw she looked different in it, she started stirring up ideas on how to add slimmer waist to the list of her plastic surgery. Then she came up with the idea to take out some of her ribs and one kidney to have the perfect waist she wanted. Anita smiled and signed the contract with the waist trainer company. Few days later, she visited her surgeon and made the shocking request. "I want to take out one of my kidney and some ribs removed because I want to have the most slimmest waist in the whole of Lagos," she said. But the doctor stared at her in horror. "That's too dangerous, Anita," he replied. She visited 3 more surgeons, all of whom refused, but the fourth one agreed. "You must never drink alcohol, never wear tight clothes for too long, and give your body time to adjust," the doctor warned. Anita agreed and went ahead with the procedure. And soon, Anita's body became a sensation. Everyone wanted to be her. She told her followers she achieved her hourglass figure through diet, exercise, and waist training. Even the waist trainer company believed her, as she never told them the secret to her slimmer waist. She didn't tell the waist trainer company that she had had a waist surgery, removing some ribs, bone, and a kidney just to get more deals, lying that she wears their magical waist trainer to bed and to work literally everywhere she goes, and that was how she was able to achieve such a waist. They were marveled and decided to make her the full brand ambassador with a share in the company to always represent. They decided to fly her abroad for a business trip to advertise the waist trainer and make people see the results through her. So, on leaving that day, she wore the waist trainer, and on the flight, they celebrated. And she drank alcohol regardless of the doctor's warning. She wore the waist trainer for their 8-hour flight, and on getting to the hotel, they told her to get some sleep because business would start in a few hours. She was about taking off the waist trainer when her assistant said, "Madam, I thought you said you wear it to bed." Anita hesitated. Yeah, but..." And before she could finish her sentence, the assistant cut in. "They keep it on. It will make your waist look even smaller in the morning." Reluctantly, she agreed and went to bed with it. Few hours later, and her assistant came to call her in for the meeting with their investors, and she went. After everything, they celebrated the deal again with more wines and alcohol, partying for a long time. Soon, she started feeling uncomfortable, dizzy, and seeing blurred visions. And just like that, blood started coming out from her nose. Not to get noticed, she ran into her hotel room, coughing and gasping for air, blood gushing out from her nose and her mouth. She tried taking off the waist trainer in order to breathe, but she couldn't. She could barely see as everywhere became blurred. She tried reaching for her phone, but she could barely locate it. as she can barely see. And just like that, she sat next to the bed on the floor, coughing and kept coughing until she gave up the ghosts. Few hours later, her assistant found her laying unconscious next to the bed in her hotel room, then called for help. And when they took her to the hospital, it was too late. The doctor explained that she had done too much surgery and her body had started to fight some of the procedures. Shaking his head, he went ahead and said that the waist trainer she was wearing had also crushed her already fragile ribs. He then went ahead and said that she had a cyst growing on her chest around her breast area, that maybe she was unaware because of her breast implant, that the silicone on her buttocks were also infected, but the main cause of death was drinking and having waist trainer constantly around her waist, telling the manager that he can see on the scan that was carried out on her that she had taken out some rib bones and a kidney. So, stressing those areas after a major surgery like that was what led to her demise. And that was when the waist trainer company realized it wasn't their magical waist trainer after all that gave her the slimmer waist she was flaunting on all social media. And just like that, the news spread like wildfire all over social media: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. All of them were flooded with tributes and also criticism. Sandra and Kemi, her friends, wept. They blamed themselves for bringing her from Benin to Lagos. So, with that, they informed her families, who made sure her body was returned to Nigeria for burial. Hey guys, drop your answers in the comment section below. Do you think social media pressures people into chasing unrealistic beauty standards? If Anita had real friends who truly supported her, do you think she would have gone this far? And what does Anita's story teach about self-love and contentment? The moral lesson in this story is that true beauty comes from self-love, not surgery. Chasing perfection at all costs can lead to destruction. Not all trends should be followed. Think about the long-term consequences. Social media is not real life. Never compare your life to someone else's highlights. Please don't forget to like, share, and comment on the story. Especially liking, guys, because it really helps grow our channel. And I hope to see you in another story. Bye.